You're listening to Tabletop Arcanum, a channel dedicated to learning and exploring the hobby of tabletop gaming. Your host is Justin Taylor, so sit back and relax as we talk, discuss, and joke our way through the hobby we love so much. Welcome to Tabletop Arcanum. This is Justin, and I'm bringing you a review of Point City, a game put out by AEG, designed by Flatout Games, plays 1 to 4 players in about 15 to 30 minutes, has an MSRP of $24.99. Point City has that play on words with Point Salad, and is a logical next evolution in that line of games. Still, you're looking at points everywhere, still you're looking at drafting cards, but Point City does a couple things differently this time around. First thing is that when you draft cards, you draft them in a adjacent manner, and they're double-sided, so sometimes they are on the resource side, sometimes they're on the building side, and whichever cards you draft are backfilled with the opposite side card. This gives you a very interesting dynamic as the board is constantly shifting between every turn and every player, offering you a lot of choice, and sometimes that one card you're looking for gets sniped and replaced with something that doesn't work for you. Point City does have a couple other mechanics hidden in it, and I do appreciate a lot of it because you have not only the adjacent restricted drafting method, there's also the resource management of getting the resource cards to be able to draft the building cards, and that engine building mechanic that some of the cards have a permanent resource on them or some other effect that will keep those building cards and points coming to you. All in all, there's a lot to be said in the positive manner for Point City, and if Point Salad just wasn't your thing and you need a little bit more out of a game, Point City is natural next step. There are some opportunities with it. First, I want to say the $24.99 price point is a little high. The Kickstarter price when it was originally launched at $19.99 feels much nicer for what you get out of the box because it really is a 150 cards and some tokens. I do appreciate the fact that they entered a solo mode into the game, but the mechanics behind the solo mode and what the AI player drafts is a little clunky unless you've played the game before. I like solo games to have the least amount of overhead for the AI player so you can strategize the best. Now, the AI player in Point City is very predictable of what cards it will draft in the future turns, as there are tokens that will slide and change its position on the grid for you. It's just a matter of how you're maintaining that and the slight fiddliness of that. Overall, Point City is a fantastic light game. Takes it not from that gateway level, but just past it, where you have a couple of new mechanics that you're going into rather than Point Salad, and delivers quite a bit in a little box. Fans of Point Salad should enjoy Point City. Fans of Splendor would enjoy Point City. If decision making and analysis paralysis is something that you challenge with, Point City does have a lot of decision points as you draft cards, and may be a sticking point for some players. I hope my review of Point City gives you a little more insight into what it is about and whether it is a game for you. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on our social media pages for further reviews. Leave us a comment or a question if you have any. As always, happy gaming. You've been listening to Tabletop Arcanum, produced by Justin Taylor. This episode was hosted by Justin Taylor, mixing and editing by Justin Taylor, original theme by Paul Moore and Issac Gilbert. Check the description for this episode's featured background music. Follow us on social media. Links are found at tabletoparcanum.com. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And leave us a review if you would. As always, thanks for listening, and happy gaming.